सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्म विद्या संप्रदाय कर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः। ओम निधये सर्वविद्यानां विषजे भवरोगिणां गुरवे सर्वलोकानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ओम सदाशिवसमारम्भां व्यासशङ्करमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ओम शंकरं शंकराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ओम ज्ञानानन्दमयं देवं निर्मलं स्फटिकाकृतिम् आधारं सर्वविद्यानां हयग्रीवमुपास्महे। ओम श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। ओम जगतीमवितुं कलिताकृतयो विचरन्ति महामहसच्चलतः अहिमांशुरिवात्र विभासि गुरो भवशङ्करदेशिकमे शरणम्। ओम ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि। ओम परब्रह्मणे नमः। श्रुतिमात्रे नमः। समस्त ब्रह्म विद्याचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो नमः। श्री वेदव्यास वैशंपायन याज्ञवल्क्य आद्य शंकरादि गुरुभ्यो नमः। अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। समस्त गुरूणां देवतानां परब्रह्मणः श्रुतिमातुः अनुग्रहेण उपनिषदुक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधसिद्ध्यर्थं सनातनधर्मस्य वैदिकसंस्कृतेः पुनरुत्थानजागरणविश्वव्याप्त्यर्थं तत्कृते साधकसेवकानां रक्षणपालनपोषणशक्तिप्रदानद्वारा विघ्नशत्रुनिर्मूलनद्वारा विजयप्राप्त्यर्थं श्री तैत्तिरीय उपनिषदः आद्यशंकर भाष्य समेत अध्ययनम् अथर्ववेदान्तर्गत रोगनिवारण सूक्तस्य पारायणं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। आदौ पारायणम्। This simple mantra we will chant it 2 times today. Roga Nivarana Suktam, so that all of us remain throughout life healthy, strong, long life, so that we can do most of the sadhana, maximum sadhana in this very life. Om Atharoga Nivarana Suktam. Om Jarayuja Prathama Usriyo Vrushavata Bhraja स्तनयन्नेति वृष्ट्या सनो मृडाति तन्वरुजुगो रुजन्य एकमोजस्त्रेधा विचक्रमे अंगे अंगे शोचिषा शिश्रियाणं नमस्यन्तस्त्वा हविषा विधेम अंकान् समंकान् हविषा विधेम यो अग्रभीत् पर्वास्याग्रभीता मुञ्च शीर्ष्णक्त्या शीर्षक्त्या उतकास एनं परुष्परुरा विवेशायो अस्य यो अभ्रजावातजायश्च शुष्मो वनस्पतीन् सचतां पर्वतांश्च शम्मे परस्मै गात्राय शमस्त्ववराय मे शम्मे चतुर्भ्यो अङ्गेभ्यः शमस्तु तन्वे मम। ओम जरायुजः प्रथम उस्रियो वृषावातभ्रजा स्तनयन्नेति वृष्ट्या सनो मृडाति तन्वरुजुगोरुजन्य एकामोजस्त्रेधा विचक्रमे अंगे अंगे शोचिषा शिश्रियाणं नमस्यन्तस्त्वा हविषा विधेम अंकात् समंकान् हविषा विधेम यो अग्रभीत् पर्वास्याग्रभीता मुञ्च शीर्षक्त्या उतकास एनं परुष्परुरा विवेशायो अस्य यो अभ्रजावातजायश्च शुष्मो वनस्पतीन् सचतां पर्वतांश्च शम्मे परस्मै गात्राय शमस्त्ववराय मे शम्मे चतुर्भ्यो अङ्गेभ्यः शमस्तु तन्वे मम। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ॐ अथ श्रीकृष्णयजुर्वेदान्तर्गत तैत्तिरीय आरण्यकान्तर्गत तैत्तिरीय उपनिषद ॐ यस्माज्जातं जगत्सर्वं यस्मिन्नेव प्रलीयते येनेदन्धार्यते चैव तस्मै ज्ञानात्मने नमः। यैरिमे गुरुभिः पूर्वं पदवाक्यप्रमाणतः व्याख्याताः सर्ववेदान्ताः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम्। तैत्तिरेयकसारस्य मयाचार्यप्रसादतः विस्पष्टार्थरुचीनां हि व्याख्येयं सम्प्रणीयते। ॐ अथ शान्तिमन्त्रः। ॐ शन्नो मित्रः शं वरुणः शन्नो भवत्वर्यमा शन्न इन्द्रो बृहस्पतिः शन्नो विष्णुरुक्रमः। नमो ब्रह्मणे नमस्ते वायो त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वामेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मावादिशं ऋतमवादिशं सत्यमवादिशं तन्मामावीत तद्वक्तारमावीत आवीन्माम् आवेद्वक्तारम्। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ॐ अथ द्वितीया ब्रह्मानन्दवल्ली शान्तिमन्त्रः। ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ॐ अथ चतुर्थोऽनुवाकः। ॐ यतो वाचो निवर्तन्ते अप्राप्य मनसा सह आनन्दं ब्रह्मणो विद्वान् न बिभेति कदाचनेते तस्यैष एव शारीर आत्मा यः पूर्वस्य तस्माद्वा एतस्मान्मनोमयात् अन्योऽन्तर आत्मा विज्ञानमयः तेनैष पूर्णः स वा एष पुरुषविद एव तस्य पुरुषविदताम् अन्वयं पुरुषविदः तस्य श्रद्धैव शिरः ऋतं दक्षिणः पक्षः सत्यमुत्तरः पक्षः योग आत्मा महापुच्छं प्रतिष्ठा तदप्येष श्लोको भवति। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। Salutations to the Lord, to Parabrahma, Tattva, to Shruti Mata, to all our Brahma Vidya Acharyas, Rishi Muni Guru, Devatagana. Special salutations to the Taittiriya Upanishad Acharyas of Vedavyasa, Vaishampayana, Yajnavalkya, Adi Shankara, and also our own personal gurus or the Guru Parampara to which we belong, or our own Gotra Rishi. To all of them, our humble salutations. May they bless us all the time. Now, in life, survival itself is seeking the work, hard work. As a human being, along with survival, keeping away the impurities in the mind, even after seeing the attracting world or the misguidance around, is more tough. Thus, maintaining the Shuddhata of the mana, purity of the mana, calmness of the mana. Then, more tougher than that is what? To pursue something which is not easily seeable or knowable, called as Bhagavan. All those upasakas doing the upasana to the Lord who is not known or seen. It is only on the strength of their tradition, bhakti, shraddha that they do. Among that, again, pursuing the absolute truth is a toughest of the job. Looks to be actually not required. Life is going on smoothly without all that. It appears like that. And even in that pursuit of the truth or reality, studying the Shastra, trying to understand them, and trying to grasp the intricate sadhanas that are given, the preparatory sadhanas and the actual sadhanas. Even to comprehensively understand all of them demands a great amount of our intellectual abilities, capacities, and stamina. And it has to be sustainably maintained. Anywhere, if the maintenance goes away, then we will be back to the outer worldliness. We miss the connection with the truth or reality. So, if someone is that way, doing consistently, regularly the study of Shastra, that ability, the stamina is really laudable. But yet, that is not ultimate. It has to be continuously continued till the clarity of understanding, the vision happens. Then one starts to be on the path sadhana, then continues till reaching. Among these three steps, reaching, continuing sadhana, and beginning, we are at the first level where through all the study of all the shastras, trying to sort out, cull out what is the truth that is to be gained, the clarity of it, and also our own personal sadhana, what we have to begin. So, by the Rishi Guru Parampara, who are seeing our effort of this study, may we be blessed very soon with that unambiguous, crystal clear understanding regarding what exactly every moment sadhana we have to keep on doing in the right track, which takes us to the Siddhi, the experience of the truth, thereafter the moksha sthiti. Now, in this, we are studying Taittiriya Upanishad. We can just by now, with our effort of last couple of months, we can just get an idea, if not everything, that it is I who is identified with these panchakoshas as me, that I am not able to see my own self, which is in my own self. So here the Shruti Mata, the Rishi Parampara are making us clearly understand each of the kosha. In the understanding each of the kosha itself, there is an acceptance that it is not me. And yet, we have to understand these koshas to know that they are not me. Even after understanding, still the practices will be there, have to be done. If I am not Annamaya, then I should not live like Annamaya. Only that much value to that kosha I must give. And I must ensure that it is no more binding me with ahanta or mamata with it. This achievement is called as transcending this kosha annamaya. Then the next, so to third, fourth. This is how we have to, through the study, lot of homework we have to do to come to the conviction that these are all koshas which are projected, imaginary, not real. Then that conviction we have to live for a sufficient period of time. Only then we'll be able to detach from it. And while detaching from these koshas, as we were seeing yesterday, day before, that we are in a comfort zone of identifying with them. When we are told to detach from it, like any dog or animal, seated or sleeping in a comfortable place, उसको धक्का दे के भगाओगे ना तो it feels uncomfortable because it's so comfortable wherever. So do you and I as Jiva are comfortable in the Panchakosha, though it is binding, though it is denying us of our own self experience, though it has got its own limitations, though it is giving us दुख, फिर भी क्या है, एक तरह का comfort zone बनता है, बना रहता है. So when we are told to detach from that by saying neti neti, not this, not this, just like in Yoga Darshanam also, after Viveka Khyati, then the vrittis are not me, I need not identify with them. To say that it become very tough because so far our life was only by identifying with the vritti, we were living those type of knowledges or the emotions. अब सबको साइड पे रखो कहो तो होता नहीं और वही अच्छा लगता है मैं ठीक हूं ना ऐसा वाला बात but this is not the ultimate, this is not the goal, this is binding, this is another stage. To reach to that we have to ruthlessly reject it. The guru has to tell us, we have to listen to the guru, we have to tell ourselves and we have to do it. Here also that process of even after understanding the rejection of the tadatma with the koshas takes sufficient amount of time, that also depending on each individual's how much of the deep involvement with the Deha Asakti he has got. So, the knowledge though anybody can gain with a little effort. But then, after gaining the knowledge, some people can immediately forget knowledge. Yeah, मैं समझ गया हूँ. They can be into samsara back. That all we can see so many people. Some of us can try, but our try, our effort, our sadhana depends on how much deeply we are involved from so many number of lives in these koshas. You know, but somehow or the other, if our value given to these koshas is lesser, like a person who smokes thrice or 4 times a day, तो उसको बोल दो समझा दो 4-5 हो तो छोड़ेगा easily. But the one who is taking 4-5 dabba per day, to make him non-smoker, it is double toughness for the counselor also, for himself also. In the same way, those people without the karma yoga, bhakti yoga, are serving the world, only involved in the panchakoshas. For them, even though Vedanta Jnana comes, it becomes tough for them to detach from panchakosha. But those who have lived a good life are living continuously in the service of the world, in doing the dharma, in having the upasanas, in which kosha tadatma is somehow detached from or reduced. To those people, the sadhana becomes less effort. So, keeping all this in mind, we have to understand the whole process of what is the guidance given in this Upanishad in this particular portion. So, let us again and again do the homework to understand undoubtedly about each kosha. Then, let us also do the required sadhana silently inside of detaching from these koshas while using the koshas for the required outer works sadhanas as well as the inner sadhana. पंचकोश तो होना ही चाहिए, उसको फेक थोड़ी देते हैं. Without them our study etc., sadhana etc. will not come. So the problem you can see, if you are asked to use the panchakosha, we become slave to them. If we say detach from them, then we question then how to do sadhana. And it is true also. We can't do sadhana without the panchakosha. If the buddhi is not there, how can I have knowledge? Mana is not there, how can I have respect for the guru? Prana is not there, where is the energy? शरीर नहीं है तो कहाँ बैठोगे? Will be like धुंधुकारी only. हवा में उड़ते जाए. So that way koshas are required also, but they should not be bondage also. How to sort it out? That is called as entire Vedantic understanding, prakriya and sadhana as well as achievement. Not difficult to understand, but definitely difficult to practice. For the reason we shared it 3 days back, just now also we said, for us the support is this only for our existence. But actual thing is what? For our existence, these koshas are not support, but for their existence, the self or the me is support. If we can come to that understanding, then there will be a courage in us to detach from them, the dependency from them. The dependency detachment हो जाए, dependency कम हो जाए, detachment हो जाए, that is called as mukti. Now, we have seen the Annamaya Kosha. You can feel about it. Annamaya Kosha made out of, or having the 5 limbs, made out of Annarasa. So, any part of the body we see, we should feel it is the Annarasa only. It maintained in Annarasa, it will go back also to Annarasa. It is a hut meant for me to stay, and also a Bhoga Ayatanam it is called. That much with this Annamaya we can have the idea. Then immediately just to become subtle and try to become aware of the Prana Shakti which is permeating every corner of the Annamaya Sharira. So that Pranamaya Kosha is inside the Annamaya Kosha, Antaraha. Other than the Annamaya Kosha, Purna Rup se Vyapta the Annamaya Kosha. That is why it is called as Atma of this. That practice every day we have to do till we get clarity of this thought. And while doing so, when we become aware, the level of awareness increases, then we can really actually feel the Pranamaya Kosha is me, the Atma, permeating this Annamaya Kosha. Earlier, me is the Annamaya Kosha. Now, the me is the Pranamaya Kosha permeating the Annamaya Kosha. मैं आत्मा हूँ. कौन सा आत्मा? प्राणमय आत्मा. करना पड़ता है. That is what is the purpose of this Upanishad. Thereafter, even after doing for the sadhana as a I am pranamaya kosha, not the annamaya, even the next one again we are introduced with. That is called as the manomaya kosha. So all the time in that awareness of sankalpa vikalpa, and I am that sankalpa vikalpa doing manomaya kosha, which is the other than the pranamaya, inside the pranamaya, purna in the pranamaya, atma of the pranamaya. These are the four things we have to feel, we have to experience. Other than inside, totally permeating the self. Then what? Because this is the self, therefore the earlier one is not the self. That conviction, that practice, that experience, like when I travel in car, I know when traveling in car, but none of the moment, even while traveling car, I say that I am the car. Again, spashtata, I am in the house, but I don't say I am the house. In the same way, I am staying in Anna and Prana Koshas, but I am not them. I am Manomaya. Okay. In that way, each of the kosha we have to go beyond. And each kosha for our concentration, clear cut comprehension and understanding is given with the Purusha Vidaha. And that the Purusha Vidatva of each kosha is so essential that if we really control them or master them or understand them or abide by them, it makes easier for us to identify with that kosha. Therefore, the lower kosha detachment is easy, possible. For example, the pranamaya koshas, shatasya prana eva shiraha, vyano dakshina pakshaha, apana uttara pakshaha, then akasha atma, then prithvi pucham pratishtha. If of all these five things we become aware, try to become aware of them, that itself takes us to the identity with the pranamaya, which consequently detaches from the annamaya. It is not given just like that, the Purusha Vidhatva of each of the kosha. Actually, it is Annamaya Purusha with Pancha Angas, Pranamaya Kosha with the Pancha Angas. This is how Annamaya Purusha, sorry. So, to Pranamaya Purusha with Pancha Anga. And that Purusha is compared with the Pakshi because it is a Taittiriya Upanishad, and Jiva in many Shastras it talked as Pakshi only. Pundaka Upanishad Vaisa Dvasuparna Sahija Sakhaya. So that is how the Pranamaya Purusha, Pranamaya Pakshi with the Panchalimbs of Shira, Dakshinottara Paksha, Atma and Pucham. Try to become aware of. In fact, the awareness level we can increase to such level that we can feel the Vayu outside, we can feel that Vayu through the nostrils entering inside, and inside it itself is, for the sake of functioning, dividing into prana, going into the head, apana, dakshina paksha, then apana, dakshina paksha, uttara paksha, then all this happening we can see very clearly. Vyana, right side going, apana, left side going, prana to the head, then samana vayu in the stomach. Udhana is generated only when you have to think deeper or leave this body and go. उदाहरण वायु का विचार करवाने का शक्ति होता है, as well as ejects the jiva out of this body. So mainly this chatur prana, that's why pranapanav samau krutva, chaturvidham. हम वैश्वानरो भूत्वा प्राणिनां देहमाश्रितः प्राणापान समायुक्तः पचामि अन्नं चतुर्विधम्. In these four ways of prana, I become and I make the food digested, Bhagavan says in Gita. So in this way, we just are pausing to understand at the pranamaya level how these prana, pancha, it becoming and doing its functioning, and I am that. At the moment to get out of Aham Annamaya Dehosmi, वहां से बाहर आने के लिए दिस वन. Then within the pranamaya also there is the third kosha which we have seen, the manomaya. So manomaya kosha is the sankalpa vikalpa atmaka, that is inside pranamaya, other than the pranamaya, purna with pranamaya, atma of the pranamaya. This also is purusha vidaha, and it is vedamaya manomaya kosha, purest manomaya kosha in the beginning of creation made by the Lord is vedamaya only. But later on, because the jivas are given freedom, when he started misusing habitually into this mana, all types of samsara causes have come. And that's why yesterday we saw inevitably all those things of the mana, unless we eliminate straight away the Vedamaya mana, we cannot reach. And without reaching to the Vedamaya mana, we cannot transcend the mana easily to go to the next Vijnanamaya. That is why variety of these sadhanas are required to be done to free our mind from all these samsaric sankalpa vikalpas. All these kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsarya, they are all vrittis only. All the vrittis are not required at all for a healthy life. But as we are seeing from last 3-4 classes or days in each of the class, that not knowing that they are not required, not knowing that they are the cause of dukkha, is called as delusion. The delusion, half with understanding, half with practice, we have to conquer. Like kama, krodha. What is the half of the conquering of kama, krodha with understanding is that it is not that all the 24 hours we are in kama, krodha. Second, it is not that only when the kama, krodha is fulfilled that we are sukhi all the time. Like in the nidra, there is no kama, krodha. Still we are happy. In our serving the world or nation or our own parents or elders, also there is sukha, but there are no kama krodhas. Therefore, काम क्रोध के कारण ही सुख मिलता है, काम क्रोध आवश्यक है. ये वाला ये वाला नॉलेज जिसे half of the delusion that I have to have the kama krodha, then only I will be happy, it has to be removed. The remaining half is practical. Try to maintain the mind in the nishkama nishkrodha sthiti for a sufficient period of time. You can see, Arey, I can be happy without kama krodha. हो गया, then never allow them. Whenever they come, be sakshi to them and just somehow or the other throw them away. They come and go. If you entertain them, they stay. If you don't entertain, they go away. So in this way, any of these manasika vrittis, other than the mana being Vedamaya, we have to slowly remove them. In short, bring the mana chitta to a very stabilized sthiti. In that also, any emotions that are required for the conduction, we should be able to invoke them. We should invoke the emotion and use them for the work, not that the emotions are gurgling and binding us. In that way, Manomaya Koshaka, the other possibilities of so much of terrible samsara, we have to avoid it. Then feel the Manomaya Kosha permeating the entire Pranamaya with its pancha limbs, and I am that mana. तस्य यजुरेव शिरः ऋग्दक्षिणपक्षः सामोत्तरपक्षः आदेश आत्मा अथर्वाङ्गिरसपुच्छं प्रतिष्ठा. That is what it is, the third kosha. And then, as many times we do the contemplation with the study of the Upanishad with Bhashyam, to that extent the clarity comes. Suddenly सब कुछ clear नहीं होता. होने के लिए we have to have that शुद्ध सूक्ष्म अंतःकरण. जिनको है उनको एक राउंड में ही क्लिक हो जाता है. Now, these way of explaining Panchakoshas and the Panchakosha explained elsewhere, as I told you, I'll refer it maybe from tomorrow or day after. In a quick browsing, what Bhagavan Adi Shankara mentioned about each of the koshas, that one and this one combinedly we try to study to understand in clarity about what these koshas are. We can try. Now, even to this Manomaya also, there is Anyaha, Antaraha, Purnaha, Atma is there. That is what is the subject we came up to. Before that, in the Chaturtha Anuvaka, the first portion, the Rigveda mantra has authorized or quoted or given as quotation to accept the presence of Manomaya Kosha even as an Atma to Prana, which is mentioned in the Yajurveda Brahmana of the Taittiriya. And these three, four things only are told. Yato vacho nivartante aprapya manasa saha. So that Paramatma, trying to know which the Vani Mana have gone and failing, they came back. This is the meaning of this sentence. But giving this meaning is irrelevant in this topic. Then what is relevant is there is a mana, it is hinted in our Rigveda mantra. Therefore, there is Manoyama Kosha Asti. Then there is a Manomaya Brahma Upasana. Little touch is given. If the Manomaya as the Brahma, if somebody does Upasana, Anandam Brahmano Vidwan. This is the one benefit. Second is Navibheti Kadacha Neti. All the Bhaya will go away when the Manomaya Kosha Upasana is done as a Brahma. Like Anna Kosha is Brahma done, always Anna Prapti. Pranamaya Kosha is Atma or Brahma, that Upasana when we do, then we will get long life. No death in because of any accidents, earthquakes in between. Akala Mrityu nahi hota hai. That was the result of the Pranamaya Atma is said as a Brahma. Upasana we have to do. When we do this one, the Annamaya Brahma Brahma, Annam Brahmeti Pranam, the samashti ko drushti mein lena hai. Slowly, slowly, while doing this Panchakosha Viveka, we have to try to understand that Panchakosha discussion is done. Not only about me, but every seeming individuality whom I am interacting with, all Panchakosha, even the samashti level also. Samashti Prana, Samashti Anna, Samashti Mana. If we can lift our understanding to that level, it will be of greater sadhana and help. So here also the Manomaya Kosha, when it is taken as Atma, then the Brahma, that Anubhuti comes. So I am Manomaya Kosha, I am not the Brahma is bondage. I am detached from Manomaya, but Manomaya is understood as Brahma. Upasana done as Brahma, then the Brahma ka Anand reflect hoekar Anandam Brahmano Vidyan. You will have in that Ananda sthiti at the Mana level. At this moment, our mind is always in a mood of something lacking. Therefore, a type of glani or the dukkha, a type of dissatisfaction, incompleteness, all that time that is felt. But when the mana as Brahma Upasana is done, mana from the morning getting up till sleep, in spite of all the odds, it can maintain its a happy mood, which is the great sthiti like Puja Gurudev and all. They also have the body also has some ailments. Many other problems are there outside, organizational related, etc. Yet their mind is always in the Ananda Sthiti. That means they have done the Manomaya as Brahma Upasana. And also, why fear there is? All the fears go away. Because in the Mana, when the Brahma Upasana is done, Brahma because he is one without second, the differentiations are devalued. Only when there are differentiations, there are fears. So that is how na bibheti kadachana iti. So the bhaya rahitya will happen when the Manomaya Brahma Upasana done. So too Ananda Prapti will be there. Not the Brahmananda, not Moksha Ananda, but the mind is at a peaceful and happy stage. When the Manomaya is done, the Upasana has Brahma. So that is what I said yesterday. Thereafter, now, And again, one more thing, this Manomaya is the Atma of the Pranamaya Purna. Underline the word, the Manomaya is the Atma of the Pranamaya. It's the self. Without Manomaya, Pranamaya is not at all there. Therefore, what should be more importance given? That Manomaya ko dena hai. This is Abhyas. This is called sadhana. Living the life at the higher kosha level is the deliberate conscious sadhana we have to do after studying, after understanding. Then only that gives happiness. Only intellectual knowledge doesn't give the sadhana or doesn't make it a sadhana or siddhi karna padta hai. Now, the fourth one we are entering into. The fourth kosha is called the Vijnanamaya kosha. So, same thing. Tasmadva etasmat manomayad अन्योन्तर आत्मा विज्ञानमयः तेनैष पूर्णः स वा एष पुरुषविद एव अन्वयं पुरुषविदः तस्य पुरुषविदताम् अन्वयं पुरुषविदः तस्य पुरुषविदताम् अन्वयं पुरुषविदः स वा एष पुरुषविदः तस्य एव स वा एषः पुरुषविद एव tasya purushavidatam, then anvayam purushavidaha. These are the three words. So he also has got the purushavidatva. The purushavidatva of the fourth Vijnanamaya kosha is not its own. It is following the purushavidatva of the mana. Mana following prana. Prana following the anna. Anna has got the pakshi rupa pancha limba very conspicuously seen. Actually, they know is only one universe is there. In that one universe, all these are manifest at the total level. Individualization is only a concept, and that alone is binding us. So, through this understanding, the individualization, if we can transcend, which is very tough, a frightening experience, but that takes us more nearer to the moksha sthiti. So the entire that is why in all our Puranas, the whole universe is described as the Purusha only. Sahasra Shersha Purusha Sahasraksha Sahasrabhat. In that way, in Bhagavatadi, the Purusha Bhagwan ka Ishvara hi Dhyuloka hai. And then intermediate is Antariksha Loka. The Pada part is the Bhuloka. That's why that is mentioned. In other places, the Urdhaloka Saptakam is mentioned as the Purusha. In some other place, all the 14 lokas, right? Patalameta Sahipada Moolam. See, we were all told all those upasanas of how visualizing Samashti and Samashti as Purusha Vidata. So here also, if we can shift our attention from the individual to the total, it is of the great effort, but not easy in the beginning. Slowly, slowly, as we mature, as we be regular in our sadhana, those capacities are given to us. So therefore, actually, the prana is everywhere there. The Vayu only when touches this Veshti become prana here. And that prana inside me is sustaining me, the Annamaya. So therefore, just to get out of the Annamaya, we do the Pranamaya Upasana. A part of that is doing the Upasana Pranamaya as Panchavida, Pancha Angavida. Otherwise, all the time the inner pranas are always in touch with total prana. Inner and outer namak do hai nahi, ek hi hai. Later on, we will understand it. So too, the Vyashtimana is owned by us. We are living at that level. So, for the sake of sadhana, we will be told to focus on the Vyashtimana. Otherwise, the Vyashtimana is always in touch with Samashtimana. Is it not? If we are not in touch with the total mana, how can we get all the emotions, etc.? कहाँ से आ रहे हो? When somebody loves us. So that we receive it. So we also reciprocate it. So all that shows to us that never the individual can be independent of total. A play has happened in these two steps of first samashti creation, thereafter the division into samashti. Like two teams are made of cricket. That is the samashti creation. In that Westy, somebody is batsman, bowler, and all that in that way. But all of them are players, all of them are human beings in that way. Now, to this Manomaya Kosha, inside Purna as an Atma, other than it is Vijnanamaya. This Vijnanamaya Kosha also is of the Purusha Vidaha. And this Purusha Vida Vijnanamaya Kosha has also got the Shiraha, Dakshina Bhakshaha, Uttara Bhakshaha, Atma, and Puchham. This we have to recognize. And it's a very, very important sadhana, this particular Vijnanamaya Kosha. First, only let us understand that the sadhaka and sadhana rupi karma, they are not in Annamaya Kosha. Annamaya Kosha is not sadhaka. In the Annamaya, there is no sadhana. Pranamaya Kosha is not sadhaka, you and I. Pranamaya Kosha is not sadhana. Manomaya Kosha is not sadhaka. In Manomaya, sadhana is not happening. And where is sadhana is happening, who is doing sadhana is in Vijnanamaya Kosha. The Vijnanamaya Kosha में ही samsari करता है with the actually prana, mano ityadi. And in Vijnanamaya Kosha only the sadhaka karta also is there. Of course, that karta sadhaka uses the prana, mana, anna ityadi as required. Therefore, wherever we talk about the jiva, wherever we talk about the sansari, wherever we talk about sadhana or sadhaka, anything you call it jnana, purusha, all of that are referring to Vijnanamaya Kosha. Mana is an instrument, prana is instrument, anna is instrument. But who is the one who is using those instruments and becoming samsari? Who is the one who is using them and becoming sadhaka? Who is the one who is detaching even from them? Is the Vijnanamaya Kosha Sthita Purushaha. Okay, this Vijnanamaya में कर्ता पहले जन्म होता है. Then he will fall down to the mana, prana, anna level by tadatmya to become a complete samsari. That's okay. But then where from he starts, he never starts with Annamaya. Not at prana, not mana. He may identify with those three. But his generation, the generation or the existence of the sadhaka or samsari, both of them. Karta is in Vijnanamaya Kosha. Therefore, Vijnanamaya कौन है? करता है हमारे अंदर. संसार का भी साधना का भी कर्ता is there in Vijnanamaya Kosha. Therefore, the Bhokta also is Vijnanamaya Kosha. For him, the Bhog ke liye variety of experiences are provided at Anna and Prana Mana level. At that time, identifying with those three, he goes to those Bhoga. Like, where is the emotion of anger or love? In the mind. Mind is not having the bhoga of the anger or love. In the mind, there is anger or prem. But to this mind, the Vijnanamaya Purusha identifies. Then he experiences the prema or the anger, krodha of the mana as if it is his. So too, the anger and thirst are not there in the pranamaya for its sake. Though they are the lakshanas of pranamaya, but the Vijnanamaya Purusha, identifying with the prana, I say my hunger and my thirst. So to whatever the roga, the jara, the janma, all of that come, they come to deha, but deha doesn't experience it. Is it body that is experiencing? No. The Vijnanamaya Purusha identifying with deha says, I am man or woman, or I am young or old, or I am diseased or healthy. Body doesn't say, body doesn't have that experience. Permeating in the body is the Vijnanamaya Purusha. Identifying with that, he says that he is the Nirogi or the Rogi. So, entire thing therefore is at the Vijnanamaya Kosha. Not even Anandamaya. Anandamaya again क्या वहाँ? आनंदमय इज वासनामय. आनंदमय में विज्ञानमय पुरुष का लय होता है, इसलिए वो साधक नहीं हो सकता. That's why you can't do sadhana in nidra. In the Vijnanamaya Kosha only everything is there. Sadhana is. That's why the Vijnanamaya Koshas, The 5 limbs that are told are of complete sadhana. In that sadhana only, all the 3 koshas transcended. Even the Vijnanamaya kosha is utilized to reach to our own essential self. That much important is this Vijnanamaya kosha among the scheme of all these 5 koshas. So each of its limbs now are explained. So the literally tasya shraddhaiva shiraha ऋतं दक्षिणः पक्षः सत्यमुत्तरपक्षः योग आत्मा महः पुच्छं प्रतिष्ठा. Perfect, beautiful, what I say, limbs of this Vijnanamaya kosha. If thoroughly understood and we do that sadhana, we really are evolving in our sadhana. We can experience the doing of sadhana, a result of sadhana also. सारा यही है. One by one we see. Okay. What is said here? Mm, mm, Okay. One by one, slowly, now we are entering into the effort of trying to understand the Vijnanamaya Kosha with the help of Bhagavan Sri Adi Shankara's Bhashya. Okay. Anyaha antaraha atma Vijnanamaya. Manomayasya abhyantaraha Vijnanamaya. Inside the Manomaya is the Vijnana. It is other than Manomaya. It is inside the Manomaya. It is fully permeating Manomaya. And it is the Atma of the Manomaya is this Vijnanamaya. Okay. Now the study of the Vijnanamaya Kosha begins. First, Manomaya Veda Atma Uktaha. Manomaya Kosha is said to be the Veda Atma. मतलब वेदमय इज मनोमय कोश. वेद ही उसका आत्मा है. Okay, Atma means now in this case, Atma is not only the middle portion, but all the 5 limbs. So Manomaya is Veda Atma because Yajuhu, Shiraha, then Uttara Pakshaha, then Dakshina Pakshaha, then Adeshaha and Atharvangirasaha. Ruk Dakshinaha, Samottara. So what is Pranamaya? It is Manomaya, it is said to be the Veda Atma. So, what is the meaning of the Manomaya Kosha as Vedatma? Vedas express as mantras in the Manomaya Kosha. This much. Vedas express as Veda or Veda Purusha. Veda Purusha or Paramatma expresses as the Veda mantras at the Manomaya Kosha. But who gives the meaning of them? Who gives the authority to them? Is called as the next the Vijnanamaya Kosha. Because a word when you utter, a chanting you do, but you should also know the meaning of it. Meaning is not known at the mana level. Meaning is known at the buddhi level only. Vijnanamaya level only. So, Manomaya Vedatma Uktaha. Now, one by one word. Veda Artha Vishaya Buddhihi Nishchayatmika Vijnanam Tatacha Adhyavasaya Lakshanam Antakaranasya Dharmaha. Be careful. One by one word. Veda mantra, up to that we have seen in the Manomaya. But Veda mantron ka artha, what is the meaning of that? That is called the Buddhi. The meaning of the Veda mantras, when we have, at that time we are in the Buddhi Kosha. Like Om Tat Chanyora Vrunimahe. This is Vaikharivani chanted. But this Vaikharivani chanted this mantra actually formulated in the mana through the kantha, and all that list is given of the 7-8 items. So that expression of that mantra before at the level of Vaikhari, in the level of the mana, is expression of Paramatma as Veda mantra there. But what is the meaning of that? Tat Shanyora Vrunamiyahe means what? That some Shanti I am invoking, inviting. This meaning, where is it revealed? that is called as Vijnanamaya. So Vedartha Vishaya Buddhi. Buddhi means Bodha. Bodha means Jnanam, means understanding. Every Veda mantra has its understanding. The Upanishad mantra ho sakta hai wo, which talks about the truth, or that Veda mantra may be regarding the Yajna Yaga, the other things, or even Upasaka Veda mantras also are there. So whether the mantras are Upasana Prakriya or they are of the Yajnas, Karma Kanda, or whether they are revealing the meaning of the truth, whatever, but the Jnanam when it happens, Bodha when it happens, understanding when it happens, that time we are in the Vijnanamaya Kosha. So Veda Artha Vishaya Buddhi. कि वेदों में जो मंत्र है उसके अर्थ जिस स्टेट ऑफ माइंड का विषय है उसको बुद्धि कहते हैं, स्टेट ऑफ अंतःकरण, लेट अस से। फर्स्ट वेदार्थ विषया बुद्धि। सो वेदों के अर्थ है जिसका बोध होता है वो स्थिति। सेकंड वन निश्चयात्मिका, मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट इज दिस। व्हाट इज दैट? कि इन दैट बुद्धि द बोध इज नॉट संशयात्मिका. If it is samshayatmika of vikalpa, sankalpa, it is the mana level. Okay, it is nishchayatmika hona chahiye. That is called as buddhi or vijnana, like you are seeing an object. If you are doubtful about it, you have not come to the vijnana level. But the understanding is nishchayatmika hai, that it is a table or it is a fan, whatever you say, that particular state of antakarana is called bodha, is equal to buddhi. At that time, the Vijnanamaya Kosha is functional. That Vijnanamaya Kosha से मैं तादात्म्य करता हूँ, इसलिए मुझे ज्ञात हुआ, मेरे को ज्ञान हो गया, मैं ज्ञानी हूँ. All these expressions happen. So Vedartha Vishaya Buddhi Nishchayatmika. Conviction there. Not Samshayatmika. Second one. Third one is Vijnanam. Vijnanam is a direct personal, our own understanding it is. I know it. I know it for certain. That state of Antakaranasya Dharmaha, that state of expression of Antakarana is called as the Vijnanamaya Kosha. First thing is become aware that there is an Antakarana. Second thing is in that Antakarana there is Veda Artha Vishaya. Why Veda Artha ka baat ho raha hai, not about other things? Because the Vijnanamaya Kosha is said to be the Atma of the Mana. Mana Veda Atma hai. Therefore, our discussion is related in the sequence of the Koshas only. तो मनोमय कोश का आत्मा विज्ञानमय होने के कारण मनोमय बीइंग वेदात्मा, therefore the Veda ka artha is Vijnana. That Veda artha Vijnana sthiti is called as Vijnanamaya Kosha. So samshaya rahita nischayatmika artha jnana about the Veda mantras, which is my own, not borrowed or anywhere. That state of convincing understanding about the meaning of the Veda mantra is called the Antakarana Dharma or state, which is referred as Vijnanamaya Kosha. So Vedartha Vishaya Buddhi Nischayatmika Vijnanam Tat cha Adhyavasaya Lakshanam. Adhyavasaya Lakshanam is what? As we said now, कि firmly it is decided. There is no samshayata. Nishchayatmikata adhyavasayata tacha adhyavasaya lakshanam antakaranasya dharmaha. So after scrutinizing, when firmly the knowledge is convincingly accepted, that convincing state of knowledge is called adhyavasaya lakshanam. That time the buddhi is in the nishchayatmikata is there about that jnanam, that's called as Vijnanamaya Kosha. So adhyavasaya lakshana nischayatmika sthiti of the antakarana about the meaning of the Veda mantra is called as the Vijnanamaya Kosha. Dharmaha. Then tanmayaha nischaya vijnanaihi pramana swarupaihi nirvartitaha atma vijnanamayaha. Therefore, what is that? Tanmayaha means Vijnanamayaha means Nischaya Vijnanaihi Pramana Swarupaihi. So with the proper Pramana authority, when the Nischaya happens in us about anything, particularly here, the Veda Artha, that is called as, that Atmasthiti is called Vijnanamaya Koshaha. So then one by one is explaining. Pramana Vijnana Purvakaha hi Yajnadihi Tayate. Yajnadi hetutvam cha vakshati age shlokena. So Pramana Vijnana Purvakaha hi Yajnadihi Trayate. So here, as we said in the introduction, the Vijnanamaya Kosha is the abode of the you and me Karta. And the Karta, you and me, do the karma. And karmas of the worldly nature, here it's not taken up. Karma of the yajnas are taken up. So when the Vijnanamaya Purusha is doing a yajna karma and becoming a Karta of that yajna karma, how is he doing it? Is he doing that yajna ambiguously, or he is doing it with pramana followed by the nischayatmika adyavasayatmakata? Any yajna is done by the Vijnanamaya Purusha is with the pramana he does. The pramana is the Vedas, the pramana is he has seen being done at home or father has done it. One to pramana purvaka. Second is one, exactly at the time of doing the yajna, there is no samshaya. There is the adhyavasayatva. Adhyavasaya means adhyavasaya nishchay is same. He is with conviction he is doing. Therefore, Vijnanamaya Purusha is how many things? Vijnanamaya Purusha is, one is Karta. Second is, he is the Samshaya Rahita Jnata. Then he is the one, what is that study here? Pramana Purvaka Vijnata and Karta. He is called as the Vijnanamaya Purusha. So he is first a doer, enjoyer, Karta. Second is, he is the knower of the Jnanam of the Shastras. Vedas, whatever the Veda hai, Manomaya Kosh ka, usko जानने वाला ये विज्ञानमय पुरुष है. And then he is the one who takes the sankalpa of the yajna with the authority, with the pramana, and then he becomes the doer of that yajna with the vijnana. तो यज्ञ का संकल्प लेता है और यज्ञ को विज्ञान के साथ करता है. That is called as this Vijnanamaya Purusha Karta. So he is the Karta. Yeah, Karta what? Yajna. And to do the yajna, you have to have two things. One is Pramana, second is Jnana. So he has got the Pramana also, he has got the Jnanam also. So Pramana Purvaka, Jnana Purvaka, Yajnanam Karta. He is called as the Vijnanamaya Purusha, specifically. Like Manomaya Purusha is Vedamaya, though the Manomaya can do many other things. So too the Vijnanamaya Purusha can become a Vaijnanika, scientist of the entire worldly things. But the presence of Vijnanamaya Purusha basically from the Upanishad standpoint is for this purpose. What mantras are revealed to the mind of the Vedas, है ना, मनोमय को जो रिवील हुआ उसका अर्थ को जानना, उसमें जो यज्ञ है उसको करने का निश्चयात्मक संकल्प लेना और उस ज्ञान के साथ यज्ञ को करना. दिस इज द पर्पस ऑफ द विज्ञानमय कोश. If the Vijnanamaya Kosha sticks to only this one, if it doesn't go anywhere, he will not be spoiled or polluted. Like every of the koshas have the Veda Ukta doings and whatever they want, the licentious doings. Like the mana, it can only be in the Vedas. The mana can be with its own sankalpa, kalpa, do so many things, which is the cause of bondage. Which is not required. When something is not required, we should not think about it. We should just drop it. Understood? Don't try to search the sukha in that. It is a cause of dukkha. When we know it, we have to drop only. But that takes time for us to understand. We will be in delusion only for long, long time till the subject matter of sadhana is clearly understood. Let it take its time, we will go slow. So far what is said, Manomaya Vedatma Uktaha Vedartha Vishaya Buddhi. Catch this point first. The understanding about the meaning of the Vedaha, Nishchayatmika, and that knowledge is doubtless. So, Vijnanam Adhyavasaya Lakshanam, which is firm, undoubted, no alternative. This type of Antakarana Dharma about the knowledge of the meaning of the Vedas is Vijnanamaya Kosha. So Tanmaya Nischaya Vijnanaihi Pramana Swarupaihi Nirvartitaha Atma Vijnanamaya. Therefore, प्रमाणों के साथ निश्चय रूपता से जिस स्थिति में विषयों का ज्ञान होता है उस स्थिति को विज्ञानमय कहा. एग्जाम्पल गिवन टू अस इज व्हाट? प्रमाण एंड विज्ञान पूर्वकः ही यज्ञादि त्रायते. तायते मीन्स कंडक्टेड. And then यज्ञातु हेतुत्वं च वक्षति श्लोकेन. विज्ञानम यज्ञम तनुते कर्माणि तनुते पिच. It will be told in the very next mantra. So, with the Vijnana, the Yajna is done by the Vijnanamaya Kosha. And that Vijnanamaya Kosha, Tadatma, is called as Aham Vijnanamaya Koshosmi. Therefore, in the Vijnanamaya Kosha, the Karta is there. Therefore, I am Karta Asmi. In the Vijnanamaya Kosha, there is Jnanam is there. Therefore, I am Jnata Asmi. I am not even Jnata Karta also. Jnata Karta Jiva is in Vijnanamaya Kosha. Akartaham abhoktaham. In the pure self, even these are not there. But to transcend the Manomayadi Kosha, we have to take ourselves for some time as I am the Vijnanamaya Kosha. It is very, very, very essential. Now, after this way, Vijnanamaya Kosha is explained. Simple words is what? The meaning of the Vedas, wherever it is there, that is Vijnanamaya Kosha. And that meaning is Adhyavasaya Lakshanatmaka, Nischayatmaka, firm, undoubted. Wherever we say, I know, that is Vijnanamaya. That I know is not of the worldliness, here about the Veda mantras only. Because we are following the sequence of the koshas as said in the Upanishad. Now to this Vijnanamaya kosha, which is also Purusha Vidaha, there are the limbs. Each of the limb is so perfectly said and important for us to understand. And we have to really live life at the Vijnanamaya level. Then not only Anna Prana Mana attachment, the bondage goes away, but then at the other side also, the Vijnanamaya alone can push us into that which is the experience. है कि नहीं? जब विज्ञानमय में वेद का अर्थ होता है उसको ऊपर ध्यान करके ही उस अनुभव में जाते हैं हम. So the Vijnanamaya Kosha is the springboard for the bondage also. When it is living at the Annaprana Manomaya, again it's a springboard for the liberation also. When that Vijnanamaya has the knowledge of the self and we are pushed into that knowledge by this Vijnanamaya Kosha. पूरा साधना साधक सब विज्ञानमय कोश में होते हैं. Not in Anna and Prana and Mano. Anna, Prana, Mana are doing their functions, but there is no kartrutva in them. There is no karma in them. There is no bhoktrutva in them. Therefore, there is no bondage to Anna, Prana, Mana. Bondage is to the individual who is born in the Vijnanamaya Kosha, of course, through the Anna, Prana, Mana, Ityad. Become more contemplative, this thought becomes little more conspicuous and clear. Then this Vijnanamaya Kosha's 5 limbs. What is its Shira? Shirasthaniya. Who is the head of this Vijnanamaya? Purusha Pakshi. Vijnanamaya Purusha Pakshi. Purusha means जो पुरुषार्थ करता है. Any animal also when it does पुरुषार्थ, that also is Purusha. Technical meaning. Every स्त्री is a Purusha when she does the पुरुषार्थ. मतलब जीव का जो काम करने का ताकत को पुरुषार्थ कहते हैं. Therefore, Vijnanamaya or the Jiva who is a Purusha, who is a Pakshi. Here Vijnanamaya. Vijnanamaya Purusha Pakshi. Vijnanamaya Purusha who is in the Upanishad is given the Pakshi Rupa for understanding. It becomes easy, that's it. Any other way also you can take. You can talk it as animal, elephant. You can talk as buffalo. थोड़ा देखने को अच्छा नहीं रहता। ये तैत्तिरीय पक्षी का उपनिषद है, देखो पक्षी का ही लिया है। नाराज मत होना स्वामी जी, जानवर का क्यों नहीं लिया, पक्षी का लिया है। सो तस्य विज्ञानमय पुरुषः श्रद्धैव शिरः, फर्स्ट वन, श्रद्धा एव शिरः। very interesting discussion here, कि generally we think when there is no jnanam then we will have shraddha. This is how throughout life we discuss. This is one way of putting it, no doubt. But the other thing is what, when you come to this Vedic truth and subtle things, after the Vijnanam knowledge, then what is born is called Shraddha. After understanding the Shraddha, like when I understand that my parents are the ones because of whose grace I am alive, then I develop Shraddha in their greatness, and then I serve them. Is it not? Vijnana uparant utpanna Shraddha. विज्ञान प्राप्ति हेतु श्रद्धा एक होता है. Before knowing something is a Shraddha. With that you try to know it. And after knowing is, there is another powerful Shraddha in us, which makes us hold on to that principle, whatever it may be. So, Nishchaya Vijnanavataha hi kartavyeshu artheshu purvam Shraddha utpadyate. This one thing, if you understand, the thing is clear. So, Nishchaya Vijnanavataha, the one who has got Vijnanam, and that one whose Vijnanam is Nishchaya Purvaka, he has got a knowledge, firm knowledge. Nishchaya Vijnanavan. Vijnanavan, knowledgeable. Nishchaya Vijnanavan, firm in knowledge. To that person only, Kartavyeshu Artheshu. Artha means any of the Yajna Agadi. Here, Kartavyeshu Artheshu, in those Yajna Agadi, which he has to do or supposed to do, towards them, Purvam. Before means, before actually the Yajna is done, Shraddha Utpadyate. That I must do that Yajna wala, Shraddha Utpanna hota hai. So, Nischaya Vijnatavata eva, Vijnanavata eva, Kartavyeshu Artheshu Purvam Shraddha Utpadyate. Is it not? How a person does any of the upasanas or the yajnas ityadi, he does it with Shraddha. How come the Shraddha came? Because of the Nischaya Vijnanavan. So, ये निश्चय विज्ञानवान व्यक्ति को ही कर्तव्य कर्म करने का श्रद्धा उत्पन्न होता है. In other words, if he is not the निश्चय विज्ञानवान and if he is not developed the shraddha, then that karma he will not take as kartavya, therefore he will not do that one. And when he doesn't do it, how can the result come? Therefore, result comes because of karma. Karma is done kartaka rupe only when we have the shraddha in that karma, that when I do that, the result comes. The shraddha will never come if there is no nischaya vijnana. Therefore, the jiva, the karta, when he is doing any karma and getting the phala, what is the most important ingredient, if you carefully observe? That without which he will not perform or achieve it. Is it not the Shraddha? नहीं है तो श्रद्धा कौन क्यों करेगा? जहां भी हम कुछ कर रहे हैं तो वो श्रद्धा से ही कर रहे हैं. बट श्रद्धा का उत्पन्न हुआ निश्चय विज्ञान. दैट निश्चय इज अबाउट करेक्ट थिंग और रॉन्ग थिंग, दैट इज डिफरेंट. लाइक चोर है तो ही ऑल्सो हैज गॉट द विज्ञानम दैट आई नीड द मनी, I can get it by doing the theft. And in that Vijnanam, he has got Nischaya. After the Nischaya Vijnanavan, then he has the Shraddha in doing it. Then he becomes the doer of that karma. Then he gets the result. So, which karma, good or bad, that is secondary. The process it is spoken here. That Vijnanamaya Kosha is the Bhokta. Bhokta of the Vijnanamaya Kosha is the Bhokta of the Karma Phala. Karma phala will not come without karma. And the karma phala will not be to two different people. So the karta alone has become bhokta. So at the stage of the being a karta, The विज्ञानमय कोश when कर्म कर रहा है, किस आधार पे कर रहा है वो? किस आधार पे? श्रद्धा के आधार पे कर रहा है. That Shraddha depends on Nishchaya Vijnana. That can be good or bad. Is it not? The other fellow, instead of theft, he has got the Nishchaya Vijnana that whatever the income or the money I have, I will use it to serve others. So the money used to serve others or the others' money looted. That karma is different. Okay, good or bad analysis is different. That is not discussed here. What exactly discussed per se is the विज्ञानमय कोश का श्रद्धा से संबंध यहाँ establish कर. In both cases, that fellow should be निश्चय विज्ञान के साथ उत्पन्न हुआ श्रद्धावान होना चाहिए. उसको निश्चय नहीं है, विज्ञान नहीं है, श्रद्धा नहीं उत्पन्न हुआ, तो he will not do that. And that's why even a thief also, from that निश्चय विज्ञानता and श्रद्धा, जब श्रद्धा टूट जाता है, because somebody tells him it is not good for you to do it. Once श्रद्धा gone, samshaya comes, he will not do that theft. So to the other fellow who is doing lot of charities, because of श्रद्धा and निश्चय विज्ञानता, somebody created doubt, मानो क्या बेकार है, सबको बांट रहे हो, लोग खूब खा रहे, तुम तो ऐसे बुद्धू हो, अपने पैसे गवा रहे हो. Somebody said. So then what happened is निश्चय विज्ञान is हिल गया, श्रद्धा टूट गया. Will you do that karma? You will hesitate, then you will not do. Therefore, behind every karma, there is vijnana and the nishya of the vijnana. That nishya vijnana is creating the shraddha. Therefore, shraddhavan eva karma karoti. And why all this explanation is given? Because that is why the Shruti said that for this Vijnanamaya Kosha, the Shiraha is Shraddha. Tasya Shraddhaiva Shiraha. Is it not? Shraddha eva Shiraha. That's what Shraddhavan Lavate Jnanam. Yo Shraddha sa eva saha. Is it not? Therefore, all our achievements, though they are because of performance, but all our performance is because of Shraddha. And that is why in the life, the most important thing is protecting Shraddha, and that also on the correct thing. First of all, have Shraddha in the correct things. Then protect that Shraddha from getting disturbed. And anything which we do wrong, that we do only because we have Shraddha in that. And the only way to come out of that doing wrong is to break that Shraddha with any of the samshaya or any viparita. Like the Shraddha in smoking, that it gives joy. So he goes on doing it. But that is bad habit, it will destroy the health. Therefore, to make him stop the smoking, what is to be done is Shraddha to be broken there. How? By introducing the idea that because of this smoking only, you have your lung cancer and all, your family members because of passive smoking, they also are suffering. Is it not? When this doubt is created in him, when the Shraddha is broken, then he will come out of the that smoking habit. Therefore, the whole life is good or bad, depending on commonly the Shraddha. तो श्रद्धावान श्रद्धा से बैड करता है, श्रद्धावान श्रद्धा से गुड करता है. So the doer of the bad should stop his shraddha in doing bad, and he'll have to make shraddha in the positive, and as long as he has got that shraddha, so long he will continue. Like you have shraddha as long as for you are attending the class regularly, then nobody can stop. You will definitely keep on coming. But for some reason, there are million reasons. The Shraddha toot gaya mano. Thereafter, automatically that irregularity in sincerity happens. Then till again the Shraddha is reinstated. We go to that place where we have developed Shraddha there. New place, whichever it may be. Therefore, a Vijnanamaya Kosha, becoming a karta, doing karma, getting the karma phala, depending on his shiraha, and the shira is shraddha. Shraddha is what? Nischaya Vijnana Purvak. And in fact, Nischaya Vijnana hai to hi actually tikta hai shraddha. Therefore, if you really analyze and get true Vijnana, we can never have Shraddha in the negative things. We have not inquired sufficiently, therefore Vijnanam not come to us, Nischayatmika Vijnanam. Therefore, we are having Shraddha in the other bad things, that's called as delusion. If somebody takes the authority of the scriptures, all the realized saints, or any of such great achievers for reference and inquires, he will come to the like a child. When he takes the example of a successful person, a youngster in that civil services, then he understands that he worked for 18 hours, 17 hours so hard. Because this youngster developed, understood that Vijnanam, that he became topper because of his work hard, and he encouraged him and he told also कि yes really मैं इतना में उतर इतना टाइम में उठता था इतना पढ़ता था वगैरह तो उनका विज्ञान become निश्चय आत्मिका that unless 17-18 hours we study we cannot qualify in civil services. See, when he is inquired, he has got Nishchaya and he has got Vijnana. This Nishchaya Vijnana Janita Shraddha, that I also must study so many hours to get into that civil services, will be so firm in him. So that person with Shraddha, born out of Nishchaya Vijnana, when he takes a commitment, works for it, he will so beautifully work that definitely will get. But the other fellow who has not got the Shraddha, because the Nischay Vijnana Sahi Vishay ka nahi hai, he is following with blind Shraddha. The day when he knows that what he is following is wrong, he will give up. Therefore, before doing anything, use buddhi and think and understand. If it is wrong, then you will not have Shraddha for it. If it is right, you will have Shraddha for it. Therefore, with Shraddha you have to achieve, for that you should have the right authority called as Nischaya Vijnana. What we are doing through Shastra Adhyanam is, we are developing the Vijnana Nischaya Purvaka. So that we develop Shraddha in the Prapti of Paramatma for the Moksha, and with that Shraddha, we will know the sadhanas also and we keep on doing without allowing the Shraddha to get broken. That is how the importance of Shraddha in life, that too on the positive things. And that is born out of Nischaya Vijnana. Nischaya Vijnana is born out of the authentic references. And at the level of authentic references, we have to have faith. Guru and Shastra are final. What they have experienced, even though I don't experience it now, but I know they are in the state of liberation. With this faith, whatever the jnanam of the tattva, sadhana of the tattva, when they give us through the intellectual understanding, we have to come to the firm acceptance of it. From there, when the Shraddha is born to do sadhana, that will never be broken. And only fuel for us to keep on doing sadhana is Shraddha, Shraddha, Shraddha. जब तक है तब, not only in the आध्यात्मिक साधना, in every relation, in everywhere. As long as boss has श्रद्धा for subordinate, he will keep him. नहीं तो किक करेगा. So to subordinate, जब तक कंपनी में श्रद्धा है वो करेगा. एकदम श्रद्धा टूट गया, कोई पकड़ नहीं सकता उसको. In every relation also. The only thing with which all relations sustain is faith or shraddha. Whether it is wife and husband, guru and shishya, parents and children, friends and friends, whichever the two relations, the only secret and sacred thing which keeps them intact is shraddha. श्रद्धा टूटा फिर वो चिपकेगा नहीं, गया फिर उस लाइफ के लिए गॉन. दैट इज वाई राइट फ्रॉम द बिगिनिंग वी आर टोल्ड आवर पॉइंट ऑफ रेस्पेक्ट रेवरेंस क्या है, किसी भी कीमत पर हमारी श्रद्धा वहां टूटना नहीं. श्रद्धावान लभते ज्ञानम संशयात्मा विनश्यति. है ना? Like when you have Shraddha in your Guru, whatever he tells you, do it, and you grow in sadhana with such a tremendous speed. The moment Shuddha is broken or crack has come, then we can never be receiving the knowledge from our Guru as we received earlier. हो नहीं सकता. Like when your friend, you have faith in him, whatever he says, हाँ कर, you receive. एक बार उसको डाउट हो गया, उसकी एक बात को भी अपन नहीं मानोगे, It's okay. That's all for that life. You can never reinstate Shraddha in him. Kuch bhi karo. Even if you try million times, earlier type of Shraddha cannot be there. Only in cinema it is shown, but in real life it doesn't happen. Okay, अब उस life के लिए case. That is why our self effort in not allowing any means or source to destroy my faith in my Guru, my spiritual sadhana, it is my effort. Like I have faith in my Puja Gurudev. I have to decide. Gurudev is my Lord. He is the one holding on to him. I cross the ocean of samsara. Now, about Gurudev, 1,000 people will say 1,000, which will have the capacity to break my Shraddha. I will not allow them. This is my Purusharth. If I am not firm in this, my effort, allow anybody to say, anybody will say anything, then my Shraddha goes away. Then I cannot be with same devotion, follow what he says, and loss is to me only. It is my interest. In the office where I am working, I have to have Shraddha. To my parents, I have to have Shraddha. To my teacher, my family. Wherever we go, whichever the place sacred, it is the most important thing is Shraddha. I have to maintain it. If I don't maintain it and allow any reason for breaking the Shraddha, then I cannot have same type of devotion or liking or any of that relativity. It is with the object also. Once, twice, when you know that object is harming you, you will not go for it. वो श्रद्धा टूट जाती है. That's how many people we give up some items because वो खाने से मेरे को ना ये हुआ इसलिए मैं उसको छोड़ ही दिया. उसका श्रद्धा टूट गया उसके ऊपर. That is why the Shraddha is given Shirobhaga to this Vijnanamaya Kosha. Tasya Shraddhaiva Shiraha. ठीक है. Then the Rutam, Dakshinaha, Satyam, Uttaraha, then Yoga, Atma, Mahapucham. These are also important things. Tomorrow we will try to understand. Along with these things, maybe in a day or two, Vijnanamaya Kosha and its first understanding and how we have to utilize it. These three things we try to understand by God's grace. Thank you. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om 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 Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti 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 हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः परमऋषिभ्यो नमः परब्रह्मणे नमः श्रुतिमात्रे नमः ओम तत्सद्ब्रह्मार्पणमस्तु वेरी गुड थैंक यू फ्रेंड्स ओम शांति